can't believe making this video, but I'm sorry if I sound tired, but like the tired of this video. But I'd like to mention the problems with these damn incest gacha vids and why these kids or horny teenagers or whatever's making them doesn't seem to understand the flaws of incest, why incest has issues. So here's the thing about incest. I gotta look up the information first because I don't want to talk about my ass. But here's the thing. So incest, right? Well, the thing about incest is it brings up a lot of health issues. Why I mean health issues? Well, here's the thing about kids in general. Incest. You see, it brings some deformities to the child, and because of inbreeding, well, animals do it, but at least they do it for some reason. There are several genetic. Okay, so what I know, studies confirm an increase in several genetic disorders due to inbreeding. Yes, so there are going to be genetic disorders for inbreeding. That counts for hearing loss, diabetes, limb malformations, disorders of self-development, and schizophrenia, and several disorders. The problem with incest is the amount of problems they have with the child. If the child's an incest child, he will not be able to have anything nor good. Because really, the thing about incest is nobody understands this. There's many disorders. Is the fact that the 13 mutations that can arise from incest is what I'm looking up. So, while I'm scamming into things. So, there's also the Habsburg jaw. Sorry if I spelled that wrong. I apologize if I spelled that wrong, if I offended anyone. But like I said, there's a jawline that happened years ago when incest started, I believe. And it's a Habsburg jaw. Now, I'm saying this right now. There are reasons why incest has. There's also a misshapen skulls. That's right, skulls get misshapen. So, really, there's a lot of issues. Misshapen skulls is another flaw of incest. Gotta delete this ad, because reasons. But, like I'm saying, there's also fused limbs. That's another problem with incest. There's many issues incest nobody understands in the gacha community. And I'm trying to look up the right stupid that game. I'm trying to play. Okay, while I'm looking at stuff. Okay, like I said, and there's hemophilia. Yes, hemophilia. Several major European royal families were absolutely riddled with incest. Queen Victoria in particular saw a negative impact of inbreeding. During the 1850s, Victoria and Albert had a child who had this trouble with blood clotting and clotting. While the child Leopold did not commit incest with any of his siblings, many of his brothers and sisters did marry into their family. Even indirectly, and more of their offspring started to show signs of the trouble with bleeding. Bleeding. This is because they were carriers of hemophilia, sometimes called the royal disease, received genetic disorders. Now, hemophilia plagued the Russian royal family, you know what I mean though, and the fear of hemophilic, and it was fear that hemophilic Prince Alexia, sorry if I spelled that wrong, saying there's a lot of flaws to this, and Queen Victoria's grandson and their Russian throne led to the mother Alexandra fall under the spell of Rasputin. I really hate words. Now look up the next. Microcephalia. Hope I said that right. Based on social mores among Pagan. Okay, this is one of them. Okay, so I will try to send it. Okay, there's also another one called Cleft Palate. Cleft King Tut, who was born of incest, showed surprising numbers of medical problems with his body. His exam including cleft palate. A cleft palate occurs or at the roof of the mouth. There's not normally a fully and thus left open sinuses that makes eating, swallowing, breathing, and even speaking difficult. Club foot. Okay. This is another deform of King Tut. Okay, so King Tut is another example of incest it can impact the genes. It can impact the genes and genetics of children, and genetic level. And disorders can describe a broad range of different. Okay, I'm gonna stop pause the game for a bit. No, wait. Okay, sorry. I have to say this. Okay, so let me read this. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to review it so I get it right. So, there's no disorder found in King Tut's, and yet is another example of found how incest can impact genetic children. Club Foot describe a broad range of different foot abnormalities, but genetic generally can be noticed by the tendons and connection of foot to the body being too short to allow the foot to rest flat. These conditions are present at birth and are certainly not solely caused by incest. However, close genetic lineages between parents can increase the risk of condition. Now the albinism is a condition where your body lacks melanin substance that causes your hair, skin, lips, and other body parts to have color. People with albinism tend to have light eyes, pale skin, white hair, even if they come from a dark skin heritage. The condition is automatically recessive disease, which means people with similar gene breeds their children are more likely to have it. Cousins, siblings, parents, child unions are far most likely to express the type of condition, as evidenced by what happens to in small breeding pools. Puerto Rico, for example, contains small pockets of people that rarely got much genetic diversity, and it has highly density of albinism in the world. Now, the next one. Severe asymmetry. Generations of injury can give rise to a combination of birth defects, which include drastic facial asymmetry. When you're born, both sides of your face tend to be pretty much identical, with some minor asymmetry, including your ears, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. With incestuous offspring, particularly after many generations of incest, you start to see both sides of the face don't actually look the same, but of the eyes can be higher or lower, maybe different sizes. Ears may be uneven, and the mouth may have a slant to it. Dwarfism. Dwarfism isn't something you see after only generations of incest, but it has been linked to incestuous breeding. Only over generations in the 70s, there was very close knit, hope I said that right, settlements in Pennsylvania called Lancaster, which had an offspring produced by envy. Young children failed to thrive. There were issues with infertility, and even they even saw emergence of Elvis Cleave disease. The disease is associated with dwarfism as well. This stunning of the stigmatized issues with the heart. This eventual emergency of the disease is likely due to a lack of diversity in the Lancaster gene pool. And here's this one. Okay. Infertility. Children are produced by incestuous unions are not always viable. Freaking words. Okay. Viable. However, in this situation, either the fetus fails to thrive or the children are still born in a way in the incestuous relationship are often fertile. However, even if you do manage to have a child through incest, infertility may be passed on to your offspring. The viability for both sperm, eggs may be negatively impacted the reproductive infertility may be passed on to your offspring. The viability of both sperm and eggs have been negatively processing. Reproductive system may simply not function normally. Historically, infertility has given the royal incestuous families no end of trouble, especially given to the importance of produce their heirs. Okay, scoliosis, abnormal curve of the spine, ribs, pelvis. Okay, yeah, the gene genetically fairly common. Okay, regardless of incest and and the spine shows abnormal curvature towards one side of the back, and severe. This can impact the person's ability to walk, sit comfortably. It may require surgery or years of corrective braces to fix. Surprisingly, a surprising 2 to 3% of America has scoliosis by the time they reach 16. Experts also know this condition can be passed down through genetics, which when incest occurs, even if neither expresses the gene, they may have a child who have condition due to similarities of their parents' genes. Because of this, incest makes scoliosis more likely to occur. Okay, and I will mention all of it, but I will like to say that gacha doesn't really know about this, because when these gacha, it's understandable that the gacha kids don't understand what incest does and the effect of it does, and I like to say that it's best to tell them what the effects of incest is. I know it's scary to some kids because of how the effects are, how they affect their body, but it's best to know this because I feel like it's best to explain what the. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not a doctor. I don't know everything. But I like to say that it's best to tell them what the flaws are and how incest, the videos they're making, is something they need to know and what incest does. And I hope you all enjoyed the video, and goodbye.